Nice choice.
I can't do no North Face unless Supreme on the code. $1,000 double cup, I spill some lean on the floor. Mary's on Celine on the low. Unky in the knee deep, can tell a fiend by his nose.
It's episode 151.
You won't hear me creeping out the door. Heard that one shit back going, finna buy some pro. Looking like I'm playing Minecraft, all these diamonds on. Blowing cookie from the middle shelf, oh you kinda blow. On middle belly.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm ready now.
High as hell without no shoes on, I tried to tie my toe.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is.
No,
It's your boy Saint Icky, aka Ickabod Krane. Sitting with Kurt the King, Nady Jax.
What's going on?
Face Value Podcast, baby. You know we got another fucking sick guest for y'all. We got the incredible, the awesome, the gnarly Air Credits in the building with us today, man. Make some noise.
Hey.
Yeah. Which one is there we go.
Sick.
What a welcome. Yeah, we got one returning guest, Show You Sucks, with us. Then we got one half of Hood Internet, Steve, is with us.
What's up, y'all?
Collectively, they are Air Credits.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know, Show, you was our very first guest when we started this podcast journey.
First guest? That's crazy.
You was our first guest.
But you got to think, you were like episode 4 or 5, and now we're on 151.
That's crazy, y'all. It was it felt professional then.
Nice.
This came a little bit
Now I'm
longer.
a part of it.
We had
Hopefully
that booty ass mixer, remember?
Yeah, we didn't know how to work that bitch for real.
Yeah,
we had to simplify it with this one.
That's how it go.
I don't know why there's so many knobs on those things. It's like all these knobs aren't doing something.
Yeah, I'm very new to the gear world, so I'm just in a space where like all this shit got too many buttons.
Yeah,
Well, shit.
I know you've been making beats lately. Just real quick, what do you making beats on?
Ableton.
Ableton.
Yeah, all thanks to Steve here. Steve like set me up, man.
Big facts, big facts. I'm a Logic boy myself.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I heard Logic is like mad difficult to use.
No, I mean, it's your
just gotta-
personal preference.
Yeah,
for real.
okay.
It's really just your personal preference. for real.
Right.
Yep.
Isn't Logic just super souped up GarageBand?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I would have, my old ass would have got an MPC. Here we go. Loading up some.
I know. I feel hella fortunate to start like making beats when like now because it's so accessible now, and like you don't have to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gear. Like I feel like I started at the perfect time.
Yeah. I feel like it's like on some better late than never shit, and then like you have like the what am I trying to say? Like the right amount of equipment. Like it's not, you don't have to have a bunch of shit anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sorry,
you don't
I
have
totally
to go.
blanked.
You don't have to go into a studio with like a giant 72 channel board.
Yeah,
I mean, to take
yeah.
pictures with your laptop on it, you do. But aside from that, you don't need that.
Yeah, I think the audio visual world really made it more. It opened up to more people to be able to make shit. Where before you needed bread to make shit, you could have been creative as fuck. But if you didn't have some money, you ain't making it.
I wish I had GarageBand in high school. That would have been crazy.
Now it just comes free on the Mac.
Yeah.
That's how I guess started for real. Cause I got a computer for college and I can start working on that bitch for real.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of getting started too, since we have you both on, I wanted to ask, how did you guys meet and start working together?
Wait. Before we get into it, man, they gotta give the IG handles and all that. How to come?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
isn't it
Let's
just Air
see.
Credits?
Yeah, Air Credits on Instagram, Air_credits on Twitter. What else we got?
It's just
we have
Instagram and Twitter, right?
We have a Facebook page. Are people using that?
Nah.
All right, all right. Moving on.
All right, resume.
Yeah, so really, when did you guys come in contact with each other and then figure out it'd be a good idea for you guys to start working together?
Well, probably. I mean, we kind of started working together almost immediately after meeting each other because I met you, I think, at a rehab. At the
Yeah,
rehab.
Debonair?
Yeah, rehab at Debonair. But I mean, also kind of we met in the same sense. We met online.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you had DM'd me to work on Feature.
Oh yeah.
And I was I was actually leaving a date. I was like fresh out of this movie on a date, and you had DM'd me, and I was so excited. And my date thought it was cool too, because she was a Hood Internet fan.
Sick.
So we had done a couple things early on. Show was on a Hood Internet album, and then I'd done a couple remixes for you, a couple tracks. There was one on Dude Bro.
Make Out King.
Yeah, but we didn't get to thinking about Air Credits until Psalm 1 took us on tour in Europe in 2014. We started toying around with the idea about like, hey, once we get back to the States, you want to do like a whole project.
Yeah, and that took
we didn't get started on that for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Slow burn.
That's how it be.
How'd y'all get the name Air Credits?
Oh, funny. It's because when we first started working on, we had the intention of making a project together, and we're like, we're gonna name it. This is gonna be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like separate name. And I think the first name we had for the group was like, I forgot what name it was, but it was like a race trimmer. It was like, it sounded like a person. Do you remember what the name was?
I don't.
Yeah, but it was like the name of a person, right?
For sure.
And our first show, our first official show.
No. It was Crew Jones. It
Crew
was from the movie Rad.
Yo, okay, yeah.
But we, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it didn't even. Yeah, and at first we didn't have the theme in yet. We had recorded a handful of songs, and we also had, I think maybe it was Camaro, and I think Camaro was the first song where it took a future theme. Like a theme was like rapping about the future and shit. And in that song, I mentioned Air Credits, and then I had got a call from Red Bull to play a show with Saba and Open Mike Eagle.
Wow.
And I told them, I was like, yeah, we'll do the show, but I was like, I want to do this new thing. I'm doing this new thing. Didn't get them any music, didn't even give them a name. Like, I was just like, I'm going to do a new thing there. And we basically pushed it all the way up until they had to have a flyer done. And it was like, yo, like, what are we putting on this thing? And I think like right at that day, I was like, Air Credits.
It was it was from like the futuristic lyrics you were writing, or this sort of scenario you had made in that song. It was such a cool thing because it was like, it was like future money. And it just really stuck as like a cool, and it kind of like ended up shaping a lot of what we did after that, was simply naming the band.
Yeah, it seems like it kind of painted the narrative for where you guys were going to go with the group. When you hit them with the name, since it was brand new, did they make you be like, show you suck and half of Hood Internet under it?
They put that on the flyer, which was probably...
They're like, we got to give something. And nobody knows what the fuck this is.
Very smart of them.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know this group, man. We might skip this. So, yeah, I figured that's probably how it organically came about. You worked on some songs, because when that first happened, you guys were both pretty busy in your solo careers. As when you were doing a lot, Hood Internet was going crazy. To kind of go back to that time, how do you, like, thinking back on it, when the mashup kind of remixes were going crazy, how do you feel about that moment in music?
I feel that it keeps happening in waves. Like, that was obviously like a, kind of like Bloghouse era, that had tapered off into like, like long form mashup remix tapes. And then I think it kind of dipped down for a while. But if you've been on TikTok, it is back. There's all these people doing mashups like on TikTok.
Yeah,
like kind of a whole new wave of kids.
The music to all their little reels and shit. Like, hey, baby.
Everything on TikTok is like a chopped and screwed version of something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Word,
and they got slowed in reverb now as the distant cousin to chopped and screwed. Yeah. Things really do happen in cycles. But that was I feel like a lot of how we got together musically was from that Bloghouse era. That was from those were the parties that were going on.
Yeah. And I'll take it a step further. Before meeting them, I'm probably gonna tell this till the end. But man, I was folding T-shirts in the mall, listening to the Hood Internet mixes.
Hell yeah,
that's a
full on fan.
On God, same, bro. Like, I was a huge Hood Internet fan. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this story because it's funny as hell, right? So, my very first song ever recording, right? It was for my boy, my homie, the Holy Kid, right?
Okay.
And y'all remixed the song, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on it!"
Oh, Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, yeah.
Oh, that's what's
up. Hell yeah! I remember y'all they posted it or whatever, and I had to like get into Twitter. I was like, "Hey, I'm on the song too."
I better have retweeted that.
Yeah. And then y'all added me on there. And then y'all put me on there.
That's funny.
Hell yeah. And then take it a step further. Take the story a step further. You know the song. Like, it's like a Bay Area, like Too Short type song, right? Me and Kit were in LA together at some club that we had no business being at. And Too Short was there. he was like, bro, go talk to him and get him to shoot the video while we're in town, bro. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to Too Short.
That's a wild shit to put on somebody. Like, is that your skill set? Are you like good at like?
He was sitting there with his girl. He was sitting there with his girl. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to Too Short and one of his girls.
He would have just blank faced the fuck. Hey man,
Don't ever ask me some shit like that again.
What are you doing at noon tomorrow? He's
Keto, it might have worked. It might have worked.
I know I wasn't brave enough to see though. I was like, he might pimp slap me.
Listen, there are always going to be like a moment to shoot that shot, but then sometimes you got to know when to not do that.
Yeah, true. Too Short can easily be like, get the fuck away from me right now.
Hey, Too Short might have been like, you know what, young man? I appreciate you going for yours. Let's go shoot it right now.
Yeah, you're right. I should have put that on Too Short. He's probably a good guy.
I feel like those situations either go one way or the other.
Man.
Yeah, well,
They're either like,
they do.
I respect it, or what the fuck are you thinking? Just got to roll the dice sometimes. That wasn't it, though. That wasn't it.
Yeah, that shit funny as hell.
You need like Nate luck for that shit. Like how you win at threes all the
Man.
time. You need that kind of luck in those moments.
I have the worst luck.
So Steve, how did y'all start the hood internet shit?
Hood Internet started as definitely not like a DJ thing, but just it was intended to be like an MP3 blog. But the idea was that like we would sort of do the mashups from stuff that we were listening to. Like it definitely, you know, the source material definitely swung a little wider early on because we're just like, let's sample whatever is in our iTunes right now. And then the second part of that was like, and then we'll Photoshop everybody together to make it look like that's their promo photo. To varying degrees of success. Some were good. Some were very clearly, I mean, they were all Photoshopped, but some were like very clearly Photoshopped. And then we started doing that. And then about 3 months into it, if you remember the website, the Chicagoists, they were like, hey, do you want to do a show? And we're like, sure.
Is that the one where y'all dressed up like computers?
No, we were not that advanced yet. This was like more of a performance piece. We had just finished the first mixtape, and we like we couldn't DJ to save our lives then, so we just like played the mixtape and pretended to put 12-inch records like into the laptop. So, I don't know. It went over fine.
You were like, wait, what?
It was a performance piece. But then we like figured out how to like, you know, actually like take our whole catalog and like made DJ edits on all the tracks that had like the proper intros and outros and started to like figure out how to do it so that we could do it on the fly with like the ever-growing catalog of stuff we were making.
Hell yeah. I remember listening to that shit. It used to blow my mind. I'm like, how are they taking the beat? How are they got an acapella? Like, this just came out. Like, how they
Bro, same.
Since you were putting it out as mixtapes and they weren't as crazy then, was that how you were able to use all those, like the samples and shit?
I mean, we didn't have, you know, clearance for any of that. It was just, it seemed like a real open time on the internet for people to just be like, making remixes and doing whatever, and no one was really getting mad about it because like it was a moment where the labels realized that was beneficial for them. Artists realized like everything that was coming out there was just more shine on whoever was getting remixed or sampled.
I mean, if you think about it, that's the correct energy. It's just it's promotion. I don't know why labels fight free promotion so much. You know,
because they got they got investors and they got quarterly numbers they got to hit. So
yeah, once you have shareholders and shit.
Yeah, once you got shareholders, it's over.
Because I remember they even came at Wiz and Currency for that mixtape shit because they were like, well, you're making money when you perform it. So you need to pay us like our publishing off of it.
That's
because
crazy.
if it's a mixtape and you didn't sell it, that was always the loophole.
Right,
like I'm not making money, so I don't have to clear these samples. But they were like, well, you make money when you play it live, so we need our money.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They bogus as hell, man. There's nothing I hate more than like seeing an old mixtape that I used to love get uploaded to Apple Music and Spotify, and I go to the song I love, and the beat is different.
That bitch blanked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dom Kennedy said to upload Yellow Album cost him $2 million to clear all the samples.
$2 million fucking
I
dollars.
absolutely believe it.
There's like Aaliyah
Believe
samples
it.
on that and shit.
But why though?
Because they need to pay all the labels. They need to clear all those samples.
Yeah.
The people who own the song. You know, you dealing on 8 terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
So besides the narrative of like the content, when you guys go to work on an Air Credits album, what's different than when you go to just do like a Show You Suck album?
I would say, you know what the wild thing is, besides, I guess, yeah, obviously besides the narrative, but it got to a point where like Air Credits, for me writing the song, it actually became more personal than my solo music. And the solo music started to become like the for real, just like the performance art piece. Like I just do wild shit over here, and some of it hits and some of it doesn't, and it super doesn't matter. But Air Credits for me is a much more honed in. That's like the main game now, I guess, you know.
But sometimes that personal stuff you're writing is like obscured, or it's like, you know, you use the Air Credits world as like kind of an analogy for
absolutely.
a lot of that stuff. So it's in between those two things.
Yeah, yo, that's how deep you are as an artist, for real.
I just like having multiple, you know, areas to play in, you know, and it takes off pressure from. Basically, all this shit takes off pressure from the solo shit that have to be. You know, it makes me feel like I don't have to be Kendrick Lamar.
But like, yeah,
that's a solo artist. You
That's
know,
why.
like,
But like, that's some shit that like your core audience will like pick up on and shit.
Yeah.
Show You Suck rapping in the Air Credits universe. You feel me? Like, people love shit like that.
And that's what like the especially broadcasted our first project is for real. Like I feel like it's more so of a merging of Show You Suck and Hood Internet. Like there's still some verses on there that sound like Show You Suck verses, you know, and like that's like the end of the line of like I feel like if you listen to our first album broadcasted into the most recent Believe That You're Here, you hear Show You Suck and Hood Internet merge and then like go away and then mold into this whole new thing.
Do you think that's when the live performance and visual shit really fell into place too? Just the more time you spent performing and making stuff together?
Hell yeah.
Because the last time we seen you guys, it was sick. It was really like honed.
And it was like you said, it was honed, and it's like way different than the first time I saw y'all.
What was the first time you saw? Do you remember? Like venue?
Was it Sub T?
Okay, that might have been. Dude, we played Sub T, right?
Yeah, Sub T, maybe.
That sounds right. The ill thing about Air Credits is that, man, we've been testing it from the beginning. I mean, we did a handful of songs just so we can tour it.
Yeah, we had shows before we had songs.
Yeah.
We went. I mean, before that Red Bull show at Double Door, we had a handful of things that we were just like. It was just billed as like Show You Suck and the Hood Internet, and we were just trying out some of the stuff. I would DJ for a little bit. We would do some Show You Suck songs, and yeah, you're totally right. Like Broadcasted was almost like a Show You Suck and Hood Internet mixtape featuring Air Credits.
Yep.
And then it's definitely progressed since then. And like getting the visual stuff in the live show tight, fortunately for like the first 2 or 3 years of the project, we were on tour. So
yeah,
we just like got to get better every night.
We really got to test the material from the first recordings, you know, like didn't even have full finished songs, mixed songs, and we was already out testing them. So I just never had the benefit of that experience before.
I feel like that's the best place to test them though, is outside of your city for real.
Outside. Yeah, absolutely. Outside. Yeah,
they gonna show you what it really is for real, instead of like, you know what I'm saying?
And what's ill, when we started, we were playing in front of people, so we got all these songs that like are geared towards, you know, playing live. Yeah. So in my head, us coming in to do projects after that, there isn't this like need or like desperate need to like keep making like party orientated songs or songs that's like dope for performances, because we already got that covered because we did that from the jump. So now after that, we can go super crazy now.
I feel like you always came with a really strong live show. So with you guys coming together with just the visuals, it just comes across really well. And even aesthetically, I know it's more functionality, but the 2 mics is sick. How that idea is fucking brilliant. How you got the 2 mics now?
Well, it started as one. We had a mic and it had a button that it would turn the effect on and off. But I think we had a show to where like the mic, we couldn't use that mic. So it had to be 2, and it was just like a happy mistake.
Yeah, because like aesthetically it's sick.
Yeah, it's dope because it, and I don't like having 2 wireless mics. It has to be wired mics. I have to feel constrained. I have to be irritated by the wires. Like, it all helps.
Oh yeah.
So like, I don't want y'all to give away y'all secrets, but like, what you using, like vocal processor?
I mean, it's cool. The second mic is going through a TC Helicon Voice Live.
Yeah, I've been like watching like YouTube reviews of them bitches trying to decide if I want to get one or not.
Do it, bro. Do it. Do that shit. Like Man, it makes me feel like so much of a cooler artist using one.
Well, like how I got it, like I downloaded this funny app on my iPad that lets me like process my voice on my iPad and shit. And I was like, this shit. I was like practicing in my crib, just like fucking around. I'm like, this shit go crazy for real. And then like I tried it at a sound check one time and it was giving back mad feedback.
Oh yeah, I mean we run into that too. Like delay effects, especially like echo stuff. If they don't dial that in and that comes blasting back at you in the monitors, that's a mess. But they can. I mean. We figured out with them every time.
Yeah, like I started and the sound was like, oh no, and I was like, fuck it. And then I was like, I got to get one of these boxes for real. I got to get the real thing.
Oh
for
sure,
real.
I bet any sound engineer sees like an iPad as a vocal processor. And they're like, fuck this, no way.
But yeah, man, I encourage the homies, man, fuck with it, man. Do that shit. Like, definitely, I'm definitely not on some like. Cause I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like y'all can't do it.
No, but it's fun though.
That's what it is, bro. It's hella fun.
Everything is for everybody.
Yeah, you would do shit that you normally wouldn't do.
100%. Like, it definitely opened me up as a performer. That's for sure.
So when you guys talk about being able to, you were touring before songs were even written and stuff. The newest record, Believe That You're Here, that dropped pretty peak pandemic, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was 2021. What month around 2021 was that?
It was like August or maybe it was June. It was sometime in the summer last year. That's like a little. It's a little. It was August because we finished it around. We finished it around June. And we got everything ready to go, but we recorded most of it in 2020 out on my back porch because still tripping about being inside and all that. But it was easy. I mean, I got like just a pretty classic Chicago back porch. We each sat on one corner of it. I did like a little Ableton setup outside, ran the mic over. And so there's a lot of background noise. There's a lot of dogs barking. You can't really hear it, but it's in there.
Yeah, that kind of makes it more organic. So were you guys even able to play any shows right away, or was it a minute?
Hell no. Nah. That was the crazy thing about that record. It was just like we made it, it was done, and just like sat with it. Much like the event that we all had to deal with. We had to sit with that shit,
Yeah, it's crazy around that time. Like so many musicians like put out shit like right before, like during, and shit got even more fucked up. And you have to go on to the next cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so many people got their whole like album tour, all that shit completely jettisoned.
Yeah, people got stuck on tour. They were like overseas and just got stuck over there. I forgot who I was. Like Phoebe Bridgers was saying something. One of her homegirls got stuck in the UK for like 5 months or something, which isn't a bad place to get stuck, I guess. But if you're just alone or something, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah, if you don't want to be there and you're like racking up expenses, it's not like cool vacation.
Beans is hella expensive over there.
I would have tried to take a boat or something.
I don't know. Hella beans over there.
So
there is hella beans over there. Shit is disgusting.
Now that y'all got shows and shit again, like what's the tour looking like now? Y'all going?
No tour on the docket yet. But man, I'm just like itching to. You know what? I Believe That You're Here has been like part of my life for so long. It's not that I'm like over it, but I'm definitely like ready to like make something that's for being outside. Because Believe That You're Here is like so not about being out. It's so not for outside. That shit's heavy. I'm so fucking heavy.
I was gonna ask you guys that because even under normal circumstances, by the time an album comes out, artists are kind of over it. So to make it, sit on it for almost a year, and then be like, "You guys want to go play these songs?" It's got to be even more of an overbearing effect. Where we're like, "Well, we made this so long ago, we just want to make new shit." Yeah. Because even by the time me and Perry talk about it a lot, you hear the shit so much when you're like mixing it, mastering it. Even by that time, you're kind of over it. So once it's been out for a year and you haven't really got to utilize it, you're like, well, let's just make something new.
Yeah, it's such a pandemic album to me. I'm just like, this shit, I'm ready to get up out of this. And I love it. I love the album. It's like, I can't believe we put that shit together. It's such a dope practice of editing. It's edited so well and it's so full. It's such a full meal, but it's not long. Like, I kind of like marvel at that, but like subject matter wise, my guy, it's heavy for me. Like it was heavy for me to write that album, so I'm ready to like.
Yeah, we're gonna flip it, and even though we don't have to, I think we might record part of this next project outside. We've been talking about it just to like I don't know, get the right vibe. It worked out fine with the last project. Like,
I'm in love with recording outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even though you were saying it's more for like indoors and it has that kind of vibe, you never know when somebody's gonna need that vibe in their life.
Yes.
So putting that kind of art out there is dope because whatever way the world goes, if it ever goes back to normal, et cetera, that doesn't mean everyone's life doesn't go peaks and valleys.
That's right.
And someone might really be like, I want to revisit that album if they're in like a dark place or low place. So it's always good to put that kind of art out there regardless of the situation.
Yeah, I'm super proud we got that album under our belt. Like,
Cause
really
like
proud of that
even
album.
that's how music is. Like even if it's not like the subject matter of the album isn't there, but like it trap your feelings inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I had a situation solo wise. I think the first song that really got around for me was my song "All Chill Everything," and I would end my sets with that song. That was like the song. But it was like such a personal, dark song that like I would see people singing it back to me. And I was like, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're cutting that, bro. So it's like, I'm cool to have them out there, but it's like, it gets to a certain degree where it's like, all right, I don't want to live with this song anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be tough too, especially if you're outside of that space. If like you're mentally not in that space anymore and you got to play that song. Because it could either just feel weird to you or bring you back to that shit.
Yeah.
Some things you don't want to revisit mentally if you were finally able to move past them.
What about for you, Steve? Like as a producer, DJ type, like do you feel that way? Do you feel like your feelings get trapped in the song too?
not in the same way as writing lyrics. Like writing lyrics is like such a. I mean, like there are definitely like things I made that have kind of emotion built into them to me, but that's a lot more like kind of a language between me and the beat. The lyrics are so much more on the front page. So like, and you, you have hundreds of songs. You might not even have 1,000 songs.
I've written it's crazy. It's mad daunting
That's so
to think
many
about how
things to
many songs
revisit.
I've written in my life. It's crazy.
I feel you. I feel you. I literally got like 22 email addresses, full SoundCloud.
And the thing, bro, I started writing songs in the era where you still did a third verse. Like,
yeah. I still be trying to do it more.
hell no.
I good old days.
I'm trying to feel like Hove, man.
Hell no. I got out of the third verse so fast. I definitely led the charge for getting out of the third verse. I for sure led the charge of no third verse.
You let a bridge ride right there. You gotta come back in.
Cut that shit.
You can't
I think my first
at all.
I think my first project I put out maybe like 2011 or 2010, and that third verse was long gone from that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it works well now for just people's attention. People ain't waiting for that third verse. Even when the bridge comes down, they're like, what the fuck? Is the song still out? They're like, maybe they left the beat open. So when Dolph did that shit, that was hilarious. Remember that day? So like on the intro, like Dolph's last shit, he like stops rapping and the beat starts again, but like the beginning of the beat, and I was like, what the fuck, did this start over? And he was like, I ain't finished, and just came back up. Me and Nate were setting the pod shit up. We're both like, is this restarting? He just went back in. So you got to do it real creative.
Or like Jay-Z verse on Kanye first album. When the preacher dude, you come back in like everybody want to be Hove and hoes. You gotta say something hard. Hell yeah!
If people even saw a song that long now, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
I do get stoked when I see a long song now because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be special.
Yeah, there were some longer songs on that Kendrick for sure, but that was. You got to digest that project.
Yeah.
That's one of
I think
those things.
we put out a project called Omega Virus that's technically one song. And it's is it like 18 minutes?
Yeah,
long?
I mean it's really 8 songs, but like it just exists as one 19-minute track or as a tape.
Yeah, you just didn't track it out and just let the tape run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to the whole thing. You know, you can pop it. People know how to jump around in a timeline.
18 minutes of no beat switch would be crazy. Like, damn, he's still on this beat.
There's a posse
17th
cut.
verse.
There is a posse cut that Mishka put together that I'm on from years ago. That's like it's like a 20-minute long posse cut. It's got that cat who I'm the best, man. I did it. You remember the battling cat?
Whoa.
Wait,
Who?
The guy from the public access cable show.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's hella, I say it's hella like internet meme people on this song. Yeah,
That's funny.
What is that dude's name?
It's called the hyperbolic something chamber.
Hyperbolic time chamber?
Yes, I think that's what it's called. But it's like it's a 20-minute long posse cut.
Shout out to
Yeah, that is
Misha
hyperbolic.
mixtapes, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Mishka. They the first blog to ever post me.
Oh,
For real?
First
Hell yeah.
internet entity to ever post me.
Yeah, I fuck with Mishka, man. They was doing their thing. They was putting on for the people. I know hella people that was like their first tape was Mishka posted up there. They had them pop-ups and shit.
Mishka was on fire for years, dude. They really like their footprint in streetwear will always be there.
Hell yeah.
I mean, regardless of what it is now, but
Oh, they still doing shit.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
They still out
Steve,
here.
what
Well, I
the
mean,
fuck?
They were kind of ahead of the game in terms of like using, it was a mutually beneficial thing. Like they would promote your music and you kind of were promoting their clothes.
Yeah.
Weren't you in like a lookbook too?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he
remember
was
that.
in it too.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do some modeling.
Anybody want some new gigs, get some new shit popping? Nate was just in a Foxtrot ad.
It was.
Nice.
Let's go. All right.
Maybe that's the lane. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck jobs.
not-
You just gotta
Fuck
get
my
these
job.
photos taken.
Yeah.
That's what I be trying to tell
Fire
you,
me.
Kurt. That's what I be trying to tell you, Kurt.
Tell me? What? Are you singling me?
Let's get the Foxtrot bread, man. Foxtrot, what a sponsor us? Like, what's good? Put the shirts in.
Oh, if we can get some grocery gift cards, that's lit. Because the groceries are.
They say make some Foxtrot face value shirts. I'm like, what the bag like?
hey, do it though. I built my career on like the most unlikely of corporate company cosigns.
Yeah, what the
Do it.
bag like?
You were ahead of the curve on Crocs.
Way
by
too ahead of the
years,
curve.
By years.
Oh, Soleil, he didn't even know. Soleil,
He had the song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hooking me up, man.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Man,
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
so long
Yeah,
ago.
Nice,
I
good.
had a collab on the table, and what I'm guessing is the person, my point player had left, and then what happened? This happens in my career a lot. Someone else comes on board and goes and looks at me on paper and goes, "Why are we working with this guy?" And they pull my shit.
Yeah, you're
They
like,
read like a wild day on Twitter and they're like,
you look at the
Yeah,
wrong.
man, they
It
was
might
boxing
be
me
risky
up,
working
man.
with this guy.
Yeah, they were sending me hella boxes.
Yeah, I mean, Crocs are comfortable as fuck. I got those Soleil ones. They're so comfortable.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wish, man. They sent me the. Are you familiar with the $600 A Life Crocs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sent me those. I was like,
Oh, you were on the seating list for a while. You were getting the shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, they were sending. I mean, there wasn't like a gang of shit. There wasn't collabs before that. I was gonna be the first collab.
That would have
like,
been sick.
Now they've collabed with everyone. The
Yeah.
Chinatown Market. fucking-
Post Malone and
Yeah,
shit.
that was the first one. And they dropped me. And the Post Malone came one like 6 months later, and I was like,
I would have been salty.
I was hella salty.
Yeah, they hired a whole new dude to take over. They're like, let's just get Posty. You're like, what about me, bro? But shit, speaking of that, let's get into some a song off the latest album. This is Believe That You're Here, Hot One for the hot shit of the week.
That just Bluetooth straight to your mixer?
Yeah, this thing is amazing.
Hop up out the bed, turn my water on, psych. We ain't got none. 200 degrees, it's gonna be a hot one. Escape it with a pill, I might just pop one. Hop up in my doom buggy, just to break some laws, psych. We ain't got none. Got a laser shotgun, right shotgun. If I don't have to use it, I'm the lucky one. Hop up out the bed, turn my water on, psych. We ain't got none. 200 degrees, it's gonna be a hot one. Escape it with a pill, I might just pop one. Hop up in my doom buggy, just to break some laws, psych. We ain't got none. Got a laser shotgun, right shotgun. If I don't have We put our trust in the internet. Everything's hidden a pinnacle. Pretending your section is at a rest. Delusion can prove to be fatal. The band in the color was major. Invention of value was flagrant. Remember when morning was sacred. Remember when morning was taken. The night has been 24/7. We had in the plane. Can see us when you change your angles. You speak from the lungs. The sight from more air. The lack of the shame made us famous. Not from where we from. Still on the run. Where more people come could be dangerous. Damn it, you living so spacious. 100 babies locking cages. If I had a limb, I would free him. Carpe diem, got my denim by the thread. Venom sipping jug by the liter. I'm alleviating all the pain I'm feeling. Tell me what the fuck are we breathing? Can I get a lung? Can I get a new? Back to pressure on and weighs a ton. Upgrades for the maintenance. Updates for surveillance. Clocking us every minute. Discredit all the premonitions. Predetermine all our situations. Fuck it, we sick of the waiting. Selling the cure and we sick while we waiting. Fuck it, we sick of the waiting. Selling the cure and we sick while we waiting. Yeah.
All right, that was Believe That You're Here, Hot One. That's the newest record. Check that out. And I'm sure you guys are working on some new shit. Hopefully we'll get some new projects soon.
Hell yeah. Show just dropped some new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was listening to that the other day.
Oh, yeah? How you feel about it?
I like it. And I too, I know we had this conversation a little bit in person, but I wanted to talk to you. It feels like all the air credit stuff ends up on the DSPs, but I feel like right now you solo, you're definitely leaning more towards Bandcamp and the independent platforms.
Yeah, it's not super on purpose. I fully believe in, I will always tell artists, especially independent artists, use all the tools. You know, use all the tools. You don't have to use them all the same way. That's not how I kind of planning to do it is, if you want the whole picture, come to Bandcamp. But, I'm going to toss up singles, some remixes. That'll be on the streaming services. Because what I found out for me is that there are like hardcore Show You Suck fans that know all the shit, and then there's really awesome casual fans, and those people still bring people to shows. They still those are people that really really love Makeout King, and they live by that song, and they share that song all the way around. But I found out that my core fans, they spend the bread, but they don't really share the music like that, and it's all good. They don't really pass my shit around. But all the casual people, that's the people who be bringing extra people to shows, be putting my shit on their playlist. Right. So I'm gonna feed everything. Yeah. And kind of, I'm still trying to figure out what my method is. But I think it's if you want full projects, then it's gonna be on the Bandcamp. But there's gonna be special treats over on.
Yeah, I feel that. That was go back to what I was saying before, how deep you are as an artist, how deep you want to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I want to give people. I always want to give people the option. I want you to have the option to super fan out and dig into me. But I don't want it to be so overwhelming that that's the only fan I have. Right, is the person who digs into everything. I love casual fans. That's cool.
That remind me of the bass guy back in the day, for real. You could get his surface level shit, but if you really want to go down there, you can go down there for real. It's there.
You gotta go deep into hundreds of MySpace archives.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because we were kicking it I was with the homie Gus the other day. Shout out Gus. And he was he's like, oh, show dropped today, and I was like, oh, bet. And I went to play it the next day in the car, but I went to Apple Music, and I was like, oh, this show. Let me go to Bandcamp. There it was, right there.
It'll one of the songs, I'll just drop this, the instrumental joint on there, Fish Fillet, I'm going to actually put verses on it and then put that song on
Apple and all that stuff. Yeah.
Just to kind of kind of play around and see what people respond to and shit.
Yeah, it's a few of my homies that got the Bandcamp brew going.
Yeah, man, yeah. I didn't even realize when I was talking to Psalm 1 how early I was actually on to Bandcamp. I didn't realize how long. I've been there forever.
There was a period in the early Bandcamp days where they didn't even take a cut. Like when they were first getting started, it was just like
Very
Bandcamp
true.
Friday every day.
I've literally found some of my favorite bands on Bandcamp. My favorite bands in the world on Bandcamp.
But I be feeling like hip hop is different for Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Why is that?
the lane is open, bro.
Yeah.
It's so open.
It's
People ain't
open,
over
but
here
it's
yet.
still like hard to get. It's hard to get on when your shit. I feel like it's hard to like get a following on Bandcamp when you not making like more experimental shit. Like a trap artist not gonna just drop.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been part of
It's
a
more
few,
backpacker. It's more backpacker. Like
I've been part of a few like I guess roundtable discussions about Bandcamp. I don't know how to tell someone to cultivate a fan base on Bandcamp. I know how to take your fan base to Bandcamp.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of give people more areas to play.
Because it's hard because it's like it's not much discovery on Bandcamp. You know, I mean you can listen to Bandcamp Radio and they got like they lists or whatever, but like. I feel like when I go in there, you got to be active within the Bandcamp community for real. I feel like for the casual listener or whatever, it's hard to like navigate Bandcamp and find exactly what you want.
In a lot of ways, it's like what we were talking about earlier. Like, do you use Logic or do you use Ableton? Like, you have your zone, and nobody's gonna be using all of them.
Yeah,
and the Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, those are the kind of popular ones that you're probably gonna have one of those three. Bandcamp is a whole different, like, you can do discovery, but it's like on the desktop model, and you got to dig a little deeper versus like algorithmic radio, and there's obviously pros and cons to both.
Yep. Yeah, because I know like a lot of like electronic artists that like pop on Bandcamp instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I feel like it's because people download their shit and play their shit out. You know what I'm saying? And they're easy to download. You know what I'm saying? You got the file quick as hell.
And it could be, though, because they laid that groundwork on that platform.
And that too.
But I will say this, even from a rap standpoint, like having a problem cultivating or popping on Bandcamp, don't worry about popping on Bandcamp. Yeah. Man, worry about getting 10 people 1 week, 10 people the next week. That's how I really started my mindset. Like back when I used to work in the mall. And when I worked at Zoomies, we could play whatever music you wanted to play in there, right? So in my head, I was like, I'm gonna make all my music clean so we can play it all the time, right? And I was like, if I just get one fan a day, I'm straight. Yeah. If I'm here every day, my music's playing all the time. If one person asks what this is and I get them to lock in, then like you straight. Like just bring your goals down kind of more manageable, and then like it don't seem so daunting after that.
Yeah, and then somebody's in the store shopping and they're like, "Who is this?"
Yeah,
and you say me. Like
other way around. Use that for Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? Like even with me pushing this album, it's like, man, my head is like, if I just get if I get 2 or 3 people to buy it a day, then like, to me, that's progress. That's progress that I can handle in my head that doesn't stress me out.
Yeah, like I be telling people like in this social media world or whatever, like if your shit ain't got thousands of like players on there, do you got 50 motherfuckers that actually buy your shirt when it come out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you have like I know homies that like I be talking to on some music shit that be like, I don't want to like over pump my shit, post the same thing every day if I ain't got nothing new. I'm like, bro, post it every day. You get one fan that lock in with you and buy your shirt. You know what I'm saying? You done made more money than everybody that you think is cool that repost your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I done sold photo prints off of Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? Like not even having an album. Like there's so many ways to do this, and it's not even like finessing people, but it's just like, man, just like you can figure this shit out, and you can live. Partially make a living and don't have to be the biggest thing. Yeah. You don't have to be the biggest thing on there.
I think some people have a skewed perception of it where they would rather have 50,000 people know who they are than like 100 people really fuck with them.
Yeah.
Just because they want to be like, all these people know who I am.
You don't really realize what you get when you get 100 people. When you get 100 people like giving you the dollar. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm saying the 100 is almost more important because they really fuck with you.
Exactly.
They going to your shows.
It's my whole career, man.
You know what I'm saying?
My whole
getting
career.
dapped up by 50,000 people is more important. Yeah, like you're saying. Yeah.
The motherfucker that's gonna go to your show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the whole thing. There's like a bunch of artists that have 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and they can't sell out a 500 cap room, which is seems like
so
it's like
nuts,
ridiculous.
dude.
But they just want to be like, oh, follow me, just say you fuck with me. It's inflated. It's all like inflated numbers. When you have people that really show up for you, you don't need 50,000 people really. If they really show up and fuck with your shit.
Yeah, because like in the new age, I know it's definitely different from you, Steve, from like when y'all first came out, but like you really got to like create a bond between your listeners. You know what I'm saying? They really got to feel you for real for them to keep fucking with you, other than just like you brought the single and they listen to it, the hook put it on their video and then they keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because like back when the hood internet was popping, it was all blogs. You know what I'm saying? It was a human behind the shit. Like, it's so hard to try to navigate this shit with a computer deciding like who gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the algorithm is crazy, and it's you know, rather than like trying to get your stuff to like, there were so many blogs and so many humans that you'd be like, you know what, I've looked at what you've been posting, and you would dig this, like you would probably post this. It's like you can sort of loosely reach out to a playlist curator, or you know, or make it's a whole different landscape.
Yeah, yo. And like as a listener, yo, I said it the other day when we were talking to Jay Arthur. I was like, it's something that just don't sit right as a music fan with me, that an algorithm is picking what I'm finna listen to. Oh, what is it?
Like, I feel like though, when we outside, man, for real, like I feel like an algorithm was kind of always fucking with us in some type of way, whether it's like, I know how influenced I was over shit I listened to from like buying a specific magazine, not knowing that the person who posted about this artist was like, you know, was just like cool with whatever A&R, you know what I'm saying? So like some type of way, bro. Like,
but I mean, but at that same time,
unless it's some local scene shit, like.
But at the same time, whatever magazine was still stood for something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe or maybe not though. You know, like
it really
real,
depended on the.
It's all corporate structures. You know,
it's kind of
it's like how you feel about it and like how you take that in. You know what I mean?
It's like both things are true. There's sort of like a magazine magazine CD, or you know, whatever. That's like a micro curation of stuff, and it's like smaller and it goes to a different web of people. But the, you know, proper noun, the algorithm is so centralized now, and so many like, and you know, really Spotify is kind of the main number one for people. And that, you know, you'll be listening to Spotify and it'll go into radio mode and you'll be like, oh, it's playing this song again. You know, like, there are upsides. But then also, I've heard some cool stuff.
They put me on a lot of
the
great
algorithm.
shit. I
So
can't really
like,
knock the algorithm.
it's, you know,
it put
like
me on
everything,
some rad shit.
pros and cons.
I noticed, you know what? I was in, my girlfriend had a show in the Bay not too long ago. And it was a festival. It was like a hip hop festival. And I was there and like just glancing at the not the set list but the lineup. I didn't notice the names off bat. But we were kind of deep into the festival and there's this one cat, this cat named Ramiro. He was performing. And bro, I knew every single song bro did. I was like, how the fuck do I know all these songs? And I go into my Spotify. I was like, oh, I've liked so many of these dudes. And it's to the point, and I guess I don't know what point I'm making about the algorithm, but it's to the point now where I like all these songs, but I literally don't remember who the artist is or what the name of the song is. It's just like the spot in my like section that I know to click on when I want to hear this song.
But like that's just what we was just talking about, like building a connection with.
He's just like blindly enjoying shit.
Yeah, but for me, I've learned to when I get into an artist, I don't look them up. I don't look up shit, like. Because more than times than not, I run into something that I don't fuck with, whether it be an interview or some shit, and it just turn me off. Yeah. So I just don't look up shit about nobody no more. I just listen to shit. I don't even look up what they look like.
Yeah, yo, I just found out what Babytron looked like.
Imagine hearing R. Kelly on the algorithm.
Like, this is a really good guy.
You just don't know shit. Pulaski is jumping right now.
Yeah, right.
What else is new?
God.
I think the fire department's like right up the street.
Wait. Okay, imagine like being a kid and just like R. Kelly coming up on your algorithm and not knowing it was Kelly. And you're like, this shit is fuck.
Till your one friend that knows is like, whoa,
Bro,
I've definitely been that guy on many occasions. Like, oh, you should be fucking with me, bro.
Oh shit, for real. That's funny. What I do want to make sure we touch on while we're here is June 16th at Emporium Wicker Park. We got Air Credits and Cool Kids. So if you're in Chicago, definitely be at that show. That's a great
crazy.
Yeah,
duo.
that's for sure.
That'll be a good show. How did that show come about?
I was just Emporium. Emporium's 10
10-year anniversary for Emporium.
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, I know, that's wild.
oh man.
Yeah, because that was the first one too.
I feel like I was somehow
that's
involved with the opening of that place, but I got to look up. But I feel like I was involved with the opening of that spot.
Why would you not get Show You Suck to opening a arcade bar? Why would I not get Show You Suck? That's funny as hell.
Yeah, man, us and the Cool Kids, that shit gonna be crazy.
That was like when Hood Internet got started, and we got started like playing colleges. We must have done like the whole first 2 years around like every college show. It seemed like it was with the cool kids.
I already know.
I feel like that's how I bumped into y'all for real.
I designed when VIPJ was the DJ. I just found his.
VIPJ.
I was looking up some old files. I was looking for something else, and I did the cover for his first mixtape.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It's like a Kool-Aid Man thing. It's real cool.
Yeah, I did like a three show like run with Chuck and Asher Roth.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Some years ago.
I remember they were like stuck like glue for a little bit.
Rad humans, rad,
Yeah.
just
Fat
unbelievably
those guys,
rad
man.
humans.
They should have put Show You Suck on Fat Raps for real.
I would have hurt that.
Yeah, you definitely would have been crazy.
I would have went dumb.
Yeah, that's dope though. Like I like not to say that the music shares that much like similarity, but you and like cool kids like a Chuck and Mikey, y'all both always got fits off and shit too. Dressing kind of
appreciate
bringing
that.
the apparel into the music, talking about it in the music. Because really, like those kind of people altered the way people were dressing.
Absolutely.
Because even though if
Yeah.
you looked away, if you didn't say what it was, people still didn't know what the fuck it
Exactly.
was. So you really got to mention that shit in the rhymes.
For sure. And like we were talking earlier, I wanted to touch on this. Like we were talking about Mishka and how ahead of the game they were. Like it sucks that like, I mean, Mishka's still doing their thing for sure. Big shout out to Mishka. But like, I know they don't have the biggest like popularity right now in that world, but they were doing everything that everyone else is doing. They did that shit 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like they were putting hardcore bands on their mixtapes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They were like putting pentagrams on their shirts and putting that in like in the hood and like in like these streetwear stores and shit like that, and putting it in the people's worlds that wouldn't normally like know about that shit.
Yeah,
You know
bro,
what I'm saying?
that's one of my top brands since 06. Like I've been buying they shit. I spam them
They
to
started
the
in
point that
06,
they
right?
fucked with me. I made them fuck with me. Yeah.
They started in 06?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think what Mishka did too is they actually saw the shit with like full spectrum. They're kind of like we are, where they do fuck with hardcore shit. They fuck with rap shit. They fuck with apparel, but they fuck with like art.
Yeah.
And that's really what streetwear
That's
is.
what streetwear
That's what
is.
streetwear really used to be. Now it's like, I mean, a lot of people jump in it. It's very like one lane to their brand. I'm not speaking for every brand, but there's a lot of brands that don't really represent like a multicultural thing. It's just like, this is our brand, this is what it stands for. We're gonna keep giving you the shit. Buy these
Yeah,
shit.
the brands are just kind of brands now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Back when like
Those were-
I will look at like, I look at someone else wearing Mishka and I knew what you listened to. I saw you wearing Stussy, I knew what you listened
Yeah.
to. Like me wearing Mishka, I was a person who didn't fuck with Undefeated because it didn't touch on none of the aspects of of counterculture that I enjoy.
Yeah, it took me a while for Undefeated too. I feel you.
Yeah, but back then it was crazy. Like it was crazy to see me come into a day where like kids just wear put any brands together, which is dope overall. But it was so wild because I just remember when you wore like Stussy was like a staple thing that was overall, but like certain brands were to certain like walks of people in streetwear and shit.
I feel like Stussy holds the same regard as Supreme for
Absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
They're those are like
Levi's,
the two
bro.
giants.
Yeah, they're Levi's. Yeah. They're fucking.
Remember
they're cotton.
when Stussy was hard to get?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yo.
Hell yeah.
Gee, I remember like when I first started getting into fly shit. The only reason I even got into fly shit was because there's an Mark Echo outlet that was in Aurora.
Yes, bro.
Shout
Yes,
out.
bro.
And
Yeah, New York. It's the gang of New York.
yeah, the Bang Zoo York shit in there.
Bro.
Man, shit, yo, I used to go there. My mama and them big Black Friday shoppers. So like we would go up there and shit. I'd go in the Echo store and just start copping. And I was like,
Yeah, I used to fuck up the
I was
Echo
like,
outlet.
Mom, can I get this Complex subscription?
Yeah, bro.
And it was a rap.
Yes.
And it was a rap, bro.
Bro, let me tell
That's
you,
how
they
I
had
got on Stussy and all that shit.
bro, they was giving away, are y'all familiar with Sa-Ra Creative Partners?
Yes.
It was on Good Music. They gave away a Sa-Ra sampler disc, and it was 9 songs. And these songs they're not on YouTube. They're not on streaming services. They were only on the CD. It was just the illest CD. And their album wasn't as dope as the sampler disc was. But like, that's how ill the Echo store was. That you can go get like shit that
Yeah.
You don't need it. You get all types of
Sarah.
Now that I think about it, I didn't even beg my mom for the subscription. What happened was they had like a sale. You like spend $20, get a free year subscription.
yeah.
And that's how I got the subscription. For real. Then after that, I just started tapping into everything. I was like, Mom, let me get these G Stars. I was like, where do they sell G Star at?
That is G Star outlet. I used to be at the G Star outlet.
Whoa,
Crazy.
what is Fresh Jive?
Yeah, I was like, where do they sell Stussy?
Man, I used to get fresh jobs. I used to get fresh jobs from Mr. Rags. The first website I really got streetwear from was Digital Gravel.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's where I used to get my Crooks and Castles, Mishka, and that was back when streetwear shirts was $25, $26, bro.
Well, I remember
that's what brought me to streetwear.
People used to think Diamond was tripping at 34. They were like, Diamond's
that was some
wild.
crazy shit when shirts started going to $34. That was real crazy, bro.
They're like, you got a $34 t-shirt?
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I mean?
Streetwear was so ill because I didn't have to wear Sean Johns. I didn't have to wear the FUBUs. Right. Those were like $42 shirts.
But I can go get way out of that shit for real. You know what I mean?
can get this $25 shirt and no one else got this shit. Know what the fuck it is, you know?
Yeah, it used to be very much an underground club for sure. But I mean, it's good that people are making money, still doing their thing.
Bro, I still kind of feel like it is. I think I don't know.
It's just a new cast of players now.
Yeah.
I was copping off Karma Loop. I thought I was that.
I've been on here. I used to roll on Karma Loop. I was on Karma Loop first, but when I found Digital Gravel, I was like, get out of here, bro.
Karma Loop was wild, and if it was on the site for more than 3 days, 40% off. Damn. I was like, I'm just gonna wait 3 days, see if my size is still there.
I was like fresh out of high school when I found out about Karma Loop, and I would just stay up all night. Just I would go to sale and do price lowest to highest.
Yeah, bro.
And just scrolled. You know what I mean?
Have you guys seen that documentary, All the Streets Are Silent?
No,
I haven't seen that yet.
It's so fucking good. You gotta watch it. It's basically New York from 87 to 97 about hip hop and streetwear. So it talks about
what's it
Supreme
on?
starting. It's on Hulu now.
Okay,
my ass paid for it before they put it on Hulu.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
I was like, damn. But it talks about James Jebbia starting Supreme. It talks about Zoo York starting, RBU Molly's in there, a bunch who filmed all the old Zoo York videos. It's a really good watch. It talks about the clubs, them starting to bring hip hop into the clubs in New York and shit like that, and the whole culture from 87 to 97. Is really dope. You got to check it out.
Yeah, I'm for sure check that out.
Everybody that pops up to talk, you be like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. I know who that is.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Bro, I used to be in it, man. I used to just sit on the Hundreds blog changed my life.
Man,
the Hundreds blog showed me how I wanted to live.
They put me on Dom Kennedy. They put out the West Side for Love too.
Yeah. Just watching them document people just kicking it all day. I was like, I have to figure out a way to make this my life.
Yeah.
And then I got a job at FA Skates in Arlington Heights.
Yeah,
I was there for 3-4 months. Really, I was just kicking it there, and then ended up working at Zoomies at Woodfield Mall, opening that spot. Yeah, and that's just I was me on my path to not doing shit all day.
I would 100% relate to that.
See, Kirby hating on me, man. I got my culture from the mall, man. I was working
the mall, bro. People shit on the mall, but the mall's where that,
bro. But the mall was where you was at.
The mall skate shop I worked at had an SB account, so that was my claim to fame.
What store was that?
It was called Industrial. I'm from Dallas.
Okay.
So
was it legit SB era, or was it when?
No, it wasn't 6.0, bro. It was
okay.
it was SB for real. There was 2 accounts in the whole in the middle Dallas Fort Worth.
You guys were tier 0? We get all the shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Being tier 0 was the shit.
Yeah, when I was at FA Skates, we were tier 0.
Yeah.
That's why I went there.
Explain this thing to me real quick. What is 2-0?
Tier 0 is
the
most limited. There's no release dates on the shit. They also call it quick strike, but that's
yeah.
But tier 0 is the top tier. Only legacy skate shops that are getting this shit. And they probably only getting 12 pairs. How many pairs of runs was y'all getting in?
We get 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's based on the store, or that's based on where the store is, or both?
Both. Yep.
Yeah.
Both
I think they allocated differently based on your volume and shit. But honestly, that when Nike SB was popping like that, those shoes would keep doors open.
Bro.
They would keep stores in business because you were getting those shoes.
Right? Resale wasn't that crazy then. If a shoe was like a dunk resold, it was 180. 220 was insane.
Yeah.
They making me sick for real, yo. Shit. Jimmy was telling me the other day he tried to buy his daughter some ducks. What they was?
Somebody tried to get me to buy my 10-year-old daughter ducks, and they were They're like, yeah, the Panda is only like 180, bro. The stain, like,
Shut up.
Get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
so off of that, bro.
180 for a 10-year-old shoe.
I'm so disgusted at sneaker culture now, bro.
Yeah, yo.
It's so dog. Remember the Newcastle Dunk Lows?
Yeah.
You know how much those go for? 5 bands.
Yeah, they're probably
No one wanted that.
They're not even. They weren't even that sick. I didn't get them.
Yeah.
I looked at
What's
them every
up?
day. 5 bands.
You know which ones were fire though? Were the Heineken ones. That
Yeah,
colorway
oh,
was
Heineken's fire. Yeah, yeah.
super good. And the diamond dunks, those like changed the game for sure.
Those were always like a rack.
Yeah.
Those are always a G. Like,
the diamonds, though.
what?
They like had diamonds.
No, they were like the Tiffany, Tiffany
yeah.
blue or whatever.
It was like
I got my hands on 2 pairs.
you had those.
Hell yeah, I had them.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm in this, bro. I do this. I do this, bro. Like,
Where are they?
wearing those around Bellwood and the West Side, no one know what the fuck they are. Like,
Because even
I
when,
bought them and it was not for clout. No one knew what the fuck they were. Like,
You're just like, these are cool. Like
when those came out, people weren't. It wasn't like this. You know what I mean? At all. But those were still hard to get. Even though it wasn't like these.
I got them at Upright, not Belmont Army. Excuse me.
ooh,
I got them at
they had
Belmont
that
Army.
SB account?
Yeah, bro. That was like the first SB account
Really?
Chicago wise. Yeah.
The Belmont Army on Belmont used to go kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Insane,
Bro, I was in line.
Really?
I was in line with 6 people for those shoes.
damn.
Exactly.
Not 6. That's
What's crazy is when those shoes came out, they actually hit Nick Diamond. They wanted to do a chocolate collab, and Nick Diamond was working at Girl and
Yeah.
Chocolate, and
Or Curl
he
Tap or
sent
whatever,
he
yeah.
snuck the Diamond colorway in, and they were like, "Damn, this colorway is fire." Because Diamond was super small then.
Yeah.
He was just running it out of Krail Tap.
Yeah.
And then he
It
sent
was
that
just
in. And they were
hardware
like,
and like the Iron Maiden tee.
I got that tee to this
you used
day.
to run that tee.
I still run that tee. Nick hits me up whenever I post it. If I post that shirt on Instagram, Nick hits me. Has been trying to buy that shirt off me forever.
'Cause that shit was
We
hard
were
as
at
Reprint it,
we
Nick.
don't get
And
real
also
name.
come on the podcast.
We don't get real name dropping here. But I was at Nigel's wedding, Hollywood Hulk. I was at
Shout out
and Nick
Nigel.
was there,
Nigel.
and Nick was hounding me to buy that shirt off of me for the whole wedding.
Why doesn't he have one?
He has one, but he don't have it like mine's is like
Oh, okay.
mine's is like a distressed band.
It looks like a
ill.
1980s Iron Maiden
Yeah,
shirt.
it looks ill.
Yeah, because there was a hot minute. If I saw you, you were wearing that bitch.
Yeah, that shirt been all over the world with me, man. That shirt been every tour I've ever done, anytime. That shirt has been with me.
I always wanted the Sade diamond tee.
Yep, had that.
yeah. For sure. I think I had that crew neck actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I was always big in like getting the sweater, like sweatshirt. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know t-shirts. I like to wear just black t-shirts sometimes. But the sweatshirts, it just hits different for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the long sleeve. That's what I was talking to you about band. I always prefer if a band has a long sleeve.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
it's
Air Credits has a long sleeve available right
Let's
now.
go.
Shows
Yeah.
only.
I was thinking about getting one at the last show, but the line was too long. I was like,
Very popular.
That's a sick problem to have.
there was like 5 people waiting. I was like, damn. I was like, I'll
Very
get
sick
one.
problem to
Oh
have.
man, I got you. Hit me.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I want to
Stoked
get
on
one
that
for sure.
shirt.
Yeah, that shirt's
I'm happy.
good.
I'm happy you like the shirt.
And I think the direction y'all are taking Air Credits, you could do cool ass graphics.
yes,
That would fit in line with what you're doing.
Yeah, big fact. I'm really stoked on all the merch we've done. I think it's all really cool. And I come at it with it all starts at streetwear. And Steve has like great taste design wise. So it all like Steve could have started a streetwear brand and been killing it on his own,
Yeah.
I feel like that shirt that we made sort of because you art directed that whole thing. But when it was done, I was like, this reminds me of Vision Streetwear.
Yeah, bro.
From my youth.
Yes.
I wanted a shirt that looked like basically like a 90s basketball shirt.
Tight.
Like very M1 locked
man.
in, like yeah.
I mean, Vision and H Street and shit basically used to make just streetwear. It's
Yeah.
called Vision Streetwear.
Yeah.
Dog, the off-white arrows are the H Street logo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just, you got to call it what it is.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it was inspired from.
Yeah, that's definitely what Virgil was doing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I could see like a Brain Dead collab with you guys. That'd be sick
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
fuck.
Yeah, totally. Or we just do some shit that looks like.
But
But for sure, yeah,
collabing.
yeah.
You just got to be honest. Like, yeah, we'll probably just do some shit that looks like that. That's what the game is now,
Yeah.
for
Hey,
sure.
man, great artists steal.
Yeah.
And I forget the rest of the
That's
quote.
what all this shit is built on. You know what I mean?
I mean, doing something completely original now is not going to happen.
That's
Like,
not
in
real.
music,
Like-
art, apparel.
Oh man, at this point, to do something you gotta like fart into the mic.
Somebody's got busted that
That's not
down.
original.
Yeah, I know. Hey, right.
You know someone gave that up. They sampled and looped it and shit. That would be fucking crazy.
But man, love remixing some shit. That's
Yeah,
like my
for sure,
favorite thing to
man.
do is take something that you like have some type of that you know somewhat and change the context
Hell
of it
yeah,
a bit.
man.
Oh man, I love it.
Hell yeah.
Like I said earlier, everything is for everybody, man. Like,
Nah, it really is. So besides that Cool Kid show, is there anything on the horizon we should let people know about just while we got you in the room?
Cool Kid Show is the only one that's on deck right now, and then we're just going to be we'll have more shows coming up, I'm sure, but we're just working on the next project.
Yeah. We still got I think at this point, I think we still have production that we have not played for each other yet. For the next record, I know I put a bunch of shit aside for the next record, and I think
this next one, because you've been doing so much production, this next one is going to be like more co-produced than it. I mean,
I'm
everything
so stoked.
everything we've done is co-produced, but this more than ever.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be-
stoked to come
it's
in
gonna
on
be
this
like
next
that.
one.
Yeah, with you being really into making beats now, it just makes it where you guys are going to be even more organically just fucking with each other and
I'm
throwing
excited.
ideas around. I got these beats, I got this, do these kind of vocals over this. That's cool. Oh, real quick too, I wanted to ask, who puts like the visual stuff together? Is that you, Steve, for the shows?
But I mean, again, everything we do is like pretty much a group idea. I do all the sort of we do all so the new visuals, and this was show's idea. It's like a karaoke situation. So I did all that in After Effects, in Adobe After Effects.
nice.
And once you like paste them in, it's pretty easy to kind of do the karaoke style, like start here, end here for the for like the pacing through it. But yeah, that's and then there's some like the videos are just like shit we ripped from YouTube or stuff from our phones or like it's all just pretty like we try not to like spend too much time conceptualizing like, okay, the visual has to look like this. It's more about like what color will it be?
Yep.
And then, there's some movement. Kind of like karaoke, when you go do karaoke at the bar and you're like, what the fuck is this video that they have on in the background?
Yeah,
This
really,
makes no sense.
Yeah, really want to encompass like a grandiose karaoke energy of
Yeah.
the shows now.
It's really like entrancing though. It kind of locks you in. I found myself during the show just being like reading the shit and just
Was
being,
that too? Would you say it was too distraction at any point? I like getting feedback about this.
I think it was a good, like the perfect balance kind of.
Okay.
And then it gives people, because sometimes at a live show, there's so much going on. If you're trying to pay attention, like there was one bar you said, and Elle was like, it was dope because I got to see it and then really register it. It was about some like old movie. She was like, I didn't know anyone would know about this movie.
Oh,
because you could
wow.
like see it and hear it at the same time. It
Okay.
kind of stimulates like audio and visual.
Yeah.
So you can really pick up on what they're saying.
Awesome.
So that's good. Because sometimes you'll be like, what was that? Because sometimes live shit, the mic, sound.
Yep. You know
Shit
what?
misses you,
I
you
definitely
know.
come from a day in terms of rap performances where like we left the vocals on the track because we weren't playing anywhere that would let us sound check or like. Or there wouldn't be any type of fucking audio engineer there.
Mm-hmm.
So like we had to at least leave the vocals on the song. So like maybe you'll hear that shit, And of course we into a point now to where like that's not an issue. But I was like, how do these like lyrics not go overseen? I was like, bitch, just put them up on the screen. Well, really, I saw a clip of Wiz Khalifa performing, and he had teleprompters. And I was like, yo, that's so ill. Like, it's like, I can't have a teleprompter, but like, how do we do this? And I was like, oh, karaoke. And then everyone's in on it. Like, and then like coming from a project, like Believe That You're Here, that's, a lot about isolation, group isolation. We were in group isolation. What's the thing that brings fucking people together? Fucking karaoke.
Fact.
So like
Cafe mustache on a Sunday is crazy.
Yeah. So like, why don't I encompass that energy into the show? And that's like, and just bring a vibe of something that brings people together into our visuals.
It bring people in and get people something to do while they sitting. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in the words. You know what I'm saying? Just be standing there like taking in shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take y'all idea. I got it from Air Credits right here. It's on right here.
Because the worst thing ever though is when you're playing a show and the sound guy don't really give a fuck and your words are just buried under bass.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation so many times.
That's to every terrible sound guy. Holy shit, man.
They just don't care.
Just
They're on their
ruining
phone
people's
and
experiences for no reason.
It's like the worst. It's like the worst stereotype because here's this person that is like meant to be like meticulously like changing the bands of instrument, like the EQ bands of instruments to get it all right, and then at the last step they're like, you know what, fuck this. And then why do sound engineers have that stereotype? Because so many of them are like that.
Yeah.
For sure. So many shows I've been at where somebody playing would be like, can you do this? And there's nothing changes. They're basically like, nah. like nod.
I swear, like, can I get more on the monitor? Can I get some more on my monitor?
But it's like, you'll be all right. It's
The
worth
answer
what you
is
got.
no.
They're like, bet, and then put their hand out. Like, you guys don't move the knob.
I read it when I played the Taste of Chicago. Like the person doing sound just like gave no.
What was that
fucks
like?
at all? It was mad weird. Because it was like, you know, you have the prestige of playing the Taste of Chicago.
Yeah.
And also with me, my family, like anyone in my family, like they not coming to know, like they don't understand what like a show at like Lincoln Hall is or a show at Bottom Lounge. So it's like, oh, Taste of Chicago, we know what that is. We're gonna go to that.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just looking at people who are not normally at my show. You know, like sprinkled in with people who are usually at the show. And this motherfucker over here don't care about what it sound like. It was just wild. But it
He's
was
like smacking ribs.
overall it was super tight.
Yeah, they be having. I went to see Erykah Badu there one year. They be booking some people.
Yeah. I think that was the year I played. Erykah Badu played, I think. Yeah.
There was hella people there for that. I was way in the back.
Sure.
She started like 17 hours later than I thought. So I'm just chilling at the Taste of Chicago. Like, fuck.
Veganism.
And you know she had,
Vegan.
you know she brought her own sound guy in the
The
guy eating ribs during your set. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to see her a few times, and it's always been really great.
I've never seen her.
Really? She still like
she's
lives in
tight.
Dallas and
I
shit?
know, I've seen her as a person, but I've never really seen her live.
I told you that funny ass story where I guess her and Jay Electronica saw Currency at Chipotle or something, and she was like, "Why you got to Currency?" She's like, "Why you got that fake ass Rolex on?" He's like, "What?" In front of like the whole line of people. He's like, "My Rolex ain't even fake, bro."
What was Currency doing at Chipotle Novo?
Probably just busting his burrito bowl down. I mean, it doesn't matter how much money you get; those burrito bowls are still good.
No, it's not about the money. It's
What?
he doesn't like take. Look, I don't know.
Chipotle's ill.
Chipotle's kind of mid. bro.
I got put on. I had a tour manager who put me on veggie bowl at Chipotle. You get everything on it, and you pay $7. You get full as hell, and you're not eating complete garbage.
That's what I get.
$7.
And you know what? If you get the veggie bowl, the guac is free.
Yeah, you get. I tell them everything. I put everything on it. You get full. Man, that was a great tour trick.
And I'll put the steak and the chicken on that double. maybe like half. I'll be like double.
Double it.
I think I might.
Tummy boys.
Man, I used to work right by that Chipotle, like close to like Damon and Wabenzia.
Oh, yeah, by RSVP and shit?
Yeah. I ate there so much. That's probably why I'm over
You
it.
done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not.
I had so many like
Bowl and chip.
cards for a free burrito. I was broke as fuck, so I wore those out.
Yeah, some days I just be over there with either you or Mark and all the Chipotle people like, "What up? What's good?" I was like, "Damn."
There was one year where I did the Do Tour. I like hosted the Do Tour, and they gave us like these unlimited Chipotle cards.
Burrito card.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard about
Oh
these.
my god.
Yeah, that was my first time because we didn't. Chipotle wasn't in the Midwest when I did this. So
Yeah.
this is like maybe like this is like 2010.
Yeah, I would have beat that to the. My gut health would have been fucked.
I don't need that.
Man,
I don't need
Chipotle
that,
was
bro.
everywhere. It was like, you know, you hungry? There's like burrito. There's always like a box of like burritos all through the whole tour, wherever you were and shit.
it used to be mad easy to get free burritos, like when they first jumped off.
He's all
Yeah.
salty.
I know, I
That's why you don't fuck with him no more because they ain't lacing you.
know
like
the
that.
exact coupon you talking about. Me and Bailey was running that. Like,
Shout to Bailey, yo.
I was hitting
Always.
my mama like text this number and then send me the code. Text this number, hit me back with the code.
All right, Chipotle, if you're listening, bring back the burrito cards. We need them.
Let's
I don't
get
maybe
it.
they still have them.
Face value needs them.
Send some to the podcast.
I mean, people don't understand free food is love.
We got one tour. Taco Bell hooked it up super crazy. We got like how much money in gift cards did we get?
$500.
Yeah, it was like multiple gift cards.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so
Yo,
tight.
did y'all ever?
But
play
it was
South by
like, but it
Southwest?
was like $105 gift cards, which seemed super wasteful.
It was so wild. Yeah. But you was asking about South by?
Yeah.
Oh man, like
Bro,
especially
remember-
talking to Steve, it's like South by OG. Like
Oh man, the last
I think I
I've
saw
done.
you at
I
South
played
by,
on.
actually.
I've done some of the most commercial ass shit at South by. I played on the Doritos vending machine stage.
Yes.
I played at something. The last time I was there, I played at some event called the Snickers Social Eatery. I mean, you know, I'll take that money.
what was your first year playing South by though? You was there long before the corporate takeover.
2008.
Yes, that's the first year I went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you in Dallas then? Did you roll
I was
over
in
there from
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a whole different. It was still a whole different thing then.
All I've heard about it back then was that it was fucking amazing. Actually,
It was sick.
Yeah, I think my first year, or maybe my second year going was like the last before the corporate takeover.
2013.
Yeah, that
12,
feels right.
yeah.
I think my first year might have been 2012. I could be a little wrong on
2012
that.
might
But
was
my first
my
year,
last year.
that shit was insane.
Nuts.
It's exhausting. If
It was
you're really
insane.
working, it's exhausting.
Yeah, dude, I was doing I was doing like 3-4 show you suck shows each day. My show, doing my show. Like,
Yo, that shit is exhausting.
yo, it was
You-
crazy.
You about Wednesday, you be like, all right.
Then you got to go meet all your rap friends for the first time from the
Yo.
internet and shit. Like,
I've only ever really done that as a DJ, and I cannot imagine like a 4 or 5 person band,
Hell
all the
no.
amps, all the drums. Like some places have backline, but most don't. And just like hustling to do that. Imagine doing like the 3 or 4 shows a day, but you're like hauling amps at like
Yeah,
fuck
insane.
that.
Yeah, like I had like some of my really close friends like were like always played like the Thrasher showcases and shit like that with like, you know, like Trash Talking on Ceremony and all those bands, and like they would play fucking 5 shows a day.
imagine loading out with fucking
5-piece,
yeah.
5-piece hardcore band. Like, you know what I mean?
I remember I was in that gas station by that Wendy's.
It used to go down.
Yeah, by that Wendy's, yo, I seen Trap. I mean, no, who I seen?
That shit was the
Cruel
Equalizer,
Hand.
bro.
I seen Cruel Hand.
Hand.
This Cruel Hand.
That Wendy's, that parking lot was the Equalizer.
Yeah,
Everybody
yo.
would
Everybody
touch
was
down
Hey,
there.
meet me at Wendy's,
I
bro.
got mad puke outside of that Wendy's.
That Wendy's hated South by the people that work there. Like, oh, these motherfuckers.
That shit's the club. That shit was outside.
That shit was the club for real. I remember I seen Haji Beats in that motherfucker one time.
Everybody, bro.
I seen who else I seen in that Wendy's? I seen Rome Fortune in that motherfucker.
Shout the Rome. That's the homie. Shout the Rome.
I was like, are you bro?
Oh, man. Shout the Rome
I remember that.
Fortune.
He had like blue hair and shit.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, yo, shout out South by man. Bring that shit back.
Yeah, something will take its place.
As we knew it. Yeah. Bring it back.
Yeah, as we knew it,
goes.
exactly.
Bring
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
still
back as we knew
happening.
it, for real.
I think the lad though, we only played 1 year as air
did-
credits.
yeah.
And it was awesome because we did what, like 2, was it 2 shows or just 1?
It was 2.
And it was paid. That's the way to do Southside, baby.
Oh yeah, paid for sure.
I ain't never got paid. I ain't never had a paid shot. I was just on the stage while a nigga was getting paid.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I think one of my my first South by show. It was this weird Chicago showcase, and it was like off of the. It was like outside of South by, and when it came to be my set, we get ready to play, and it's like everybody there is from Chicago. It was like we had a send off show, and everybody that was at that show was at this show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo. We not.
Which one of y'all? Which one of you guys is gonna sign me?
Yeah, I made everyone sit down. I was like, yo, I'm not running around crazy for y'all. Y'all seen this shit? And I got an office chair, and I sat in that office chair, and I made everyone sit on the floor, and I would just rap them damn songs. I'm like, yo, I ain't going crazy for y'all. Y'all know this.
That's literally how it be.
y'all
I
next
mean,
week.
you know what? It is a conference, so you treated it like a
Hell
conference.
yeah.
Straight up.
Bird be out. Y'all seen this shit a million times.
Let's get a TED talk off. You're like, fuck it.
That's how it be though. Like at South by, like all of Chicago be there. Niggas got on boots and shit. You like, oh, he from
Y'all
Chicago.
not know how
He from
fucking hot it
Chicago.
is.
You be talking to motherfuckers you wouldn't dare talk to in Chicago, like for real. It's-
Yeah, and then you see him and be like, oh, what's up, bro? See, Nate, you don't know. That's how you knew a motherfucker was from Chicago. If you was in Texas, nigga got on docks. He be like, he be with a homie, you know, he got on docks. Oh, you from Chicago, huh? Niggas been fly in because it was March, bro. Niggas been fly in, had they Timberlands on. and
Very
shit.
real. Very real.
I'm in there with shorts and a tank top on. A snoozy tank top.
That's funny as hell.
That shit is
Oh,
funny.
shit, y'all. Y'all got anything else y'all want to let the people know before we get up out of here?
I don't think so. You got anything? Get the new. Well, get our record. Believe that you're here. You can get it on Bandcamp. You can listen
yeah.
to it.
Vinyl
everywhere.
is available. Vinyl is
Yeah,
available.
we got records. And check out the new Show You Suck record.
Mm-hmm. There's more coming too.
What's it called? Too comfy, too cozy, too casual?
Killed it. Yep.
Facts.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, check that out. Go to that show. Go to that Cool Kid show. Thursday, June 16th. Yeah, man. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Let's get up
Get
out of
it.
here. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. That's great.
This is episode 151, Face Value Podcast. Like, subscribe, stream on all DSPs, and we'll fuck with y'all next week.
Tell me some. Trillish nigga.